All right, I think I'm recording this. So we are starting our first aid unit today. It's 4 lessons, and so here we're going to get started right away. So 4 lessons. When you're done, if you do them all one day, you're done till module 4 starts. So we're going to bang this out real quick, all right? So first aid, CPR, AED, okay? All right, we're going to move this screen. So come over here so you can see everything. I want to help, but I don't want to get in trouble, okay? In an emergency situation, there's a part when you see it happen, you see somebody needs help, and you have to decide whether or not you are willing to help, okay? Some people don't want to get involved because they are confident in their skills. They don't want to get involved because they feel like somebody else is going to take care of it or help. Some people don't want to get involved because they're afraid they're going to get in trouble. Okay, what do we mean by getting in trouble? Being sued for helping. So in case, in some situations, you may, for example, CPR, there's a chance that they'll be sore when they come to. If you save them, there's a chance you might break a couple ribs. You might hear some crunching, some muscles in their rib cage tearing, which will eventually cause pain when they get back, when they come back. But if you're doing CPR on somebody, they're dead. So if you don't do it, they die. Okay, so keep that in mind. But they may be sore, in which case they are. Jax has the zoomies. He's running around being crazy, so forgive me. But they may try to sue. So there is laws out there to help protect people like you and I. Okay, they're called Good Samaritan laws. These laws will protect you if you choose to help somebody in an emergency situation. The 2 things you need to be protected is, one, you can't diagnose. You can't do more than the basic first aid that you're going to learn in the next couple lessons. Okay, so your basic knowledge level. Okay, if you say, hey, you know what? I think you have heart condition, and if you take this, now you're diagnosing, and that's essentially above your pay grade. Okay, it's above your certification level, or above your knowledge level. And then the other thing, one of the other most important things is consent. Now, consent is simple. It's getting permission to provide care. You have to ask them permission. Can I help you? And they have to say, yes, I need your help. Okay? So you need consent. Consent is receiving permission. Now, if they're unconscious, you're like, Mr. McAllister, if they can't talk to me, how are they going to say okay? Well, if they are unconscious, then you have implied consent. Okay, and implied consent means that if they were conscious, they would give you permission for care. Okay, so that's what implied consent is. Now, another piece of implied consent, for example, take you in a classroom. Okay, you as a student, you're under 18. If you are choking or something happens to you where you need first aid, I have implied consent because your parents aren't around to give it to me. I'm assuming your parents would want me to save you. Okay, does that make sense? Now, so unconscious victim or a person under 18 without a parent or guardian present. Now, if the parent or guardian's present, you must ask the parent if you can help them. Does that make sense? If not, there's a link, Flipgrid on Schoology for questions. Hop on there, ask a question. Mrs. Daddis or I will get on there and answer it for you. All right, so over here you have a video. We're going to watch this video. It's about consent, sizing up the scene. So you're going to see some things about sizing up the scene. Sizing up the scene is essentially you're making sure the scene is safe for you to enter to help. If it's not safe for you, then you can't help, because if something happens to you, neither one of you get help. Okay. Asking questions based on the sample acronym, getting first aid and AED. So basically you're directing traffic here. Okay. So we're going to watch this video and briefly talk about it at the end. Ah, shoot. My bad. I was trying to make it bigger. Let's try this again. Hopefully, this will work on your end.
Can you believe they're catching the game last night? It was amazing. You know, I thought it was over. I was ready to turn the TV off and go to bed. But they got lucky. They had no business winning that game. Look, a win is a win. Yeah, right. Oh, check him out. That guy looks like he was out on the field.
Okay, be thinking about what you're noticing about this scene from here.
Okay. I would assume so, since he's out and about, but how can you tell? Hello? I gotta get to the office. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay. We'll get those documents over to your office later today, then we can discuss where to go from there. Sound good?
Help! Help! Dad, are you okay? Help! Dad, someone help my dad, please.
Sir, are you okay? Sir, are you okay?
Okay, watch what he's doing. Pay attention to who's around.
Dad.
It's okay. He's calling 911. Did your father complain about anything before he collapsed? Or?
He was complaining about not feeling well, but he always complains, and then he just collapsed out of nowhere.
Do you know if he's allergic to anything?
Allergies. Aspirin. He's allergic to aspirin.
Does he take any medication? Or?
I don't think so.
All right. Let's see what happens here. Okie dokie. Hold on, I gotta fix my screen here because I don't like this screen. All right, so this video here is for a child. It's a little bit different, okay? And the reason we show this one is because if you're babysitting, you get to have an idea of what to look for here, okay? So let's hop on this one. It's basically the same video, just a couple different people.
Can you believe they're catching the game last night? It was amazing. You know, I thought it was over. I was ready to turn the TV off and go to bed. But they got lucky. They had no business winning that game. Look, a win is a win. Yeah, right. Oh, check him out. We should break out some scooters on the way to work. I can definitely see you breaking something on one of those. Yeah, you're right. Hello? I gotta get to the office. Me too. All right. Yeah. Get those documents over to your office later today, then we can discuss where to go from there. Sound good?
Help! Help! Joey, are you okay? Help!
Okay, again, be looking to see what happened, who's involved.
Joey, are you okay? Oh.
Joey, are you okay? Joey, are you okay? Call 911. Get an AED and first aid kit right away.
Yeah, we have this up before. Joey!
It's okay, man. He's on the phone with 911. Did you see your son fall?
It all happened so fast, I'm not even sure what happened.
Did anyone else see what happened?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It just collapsed out of nowhere.
Was your son complaining about not feeling well earlier today, or?
He said that his stomach hurt. I said we shouldn't go, but he really wanted to ride a scooter. I should have made him stay home.
Does he have any allergies?
No, he has no allergies.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now, we need to move my face so I can see what I'm doing here. Exits. Like I said, I don't like that. So, boom. Voila, fixed. Okay, so there's a couple differences between the two. Your activity at the end of this lesson is going to be on this video. Okay, there's going to be a list of questions, and you're going to watch that video again and answer those questions. It's going to help you learn how to size up a scene. Okay, but you're going to ask questions: what they ate, if they have allergies, what happened. Let's see, anything else, any information you can get about their well-being. And you're going to look for medical tags, things like that, because when EMS gets there, they're going to ask you these questions. If you know the answers to them, then boom, you're good to go. Saves them some time. So what do? The emergency action steps: check, call, care. Okay, you're going to check the scene, make sure it's safe for you to give care. Okay, if somebody's passed out in the middle of the road and in oncoming traffic, you're not going to give care there. Okay, it's dangerous. Or let's say somebody, you walk into a kitchen and somebody, I might have to go on. Hold on a second. What are they doing? And say that you walk in the kitchen and your best friend or your brother and sister, oh, you lost your bone. Your best friend, your brother or sister or somebody is laying on the kitchen floor. You look around the kitchen, you see a white bottle and it's tipped over with liquid out, and the sink cabinet underneath the sink is open. Okay, you can automatically assume that that person, whoever's passed out or out cold, maybe have drank that or came in contact with that. Or if there is a frayed electrical wire and there's a puddle and somebody's passed out, you can assume that they've been electrocuted. Okay, that's not a safe scene. Okay, if there's water, electricity, things like that, not safe. Okay, so don't be hanging out in there. We're going to go ahead and watch this video. I'm going to leave you for a second in order to go get a bone back from my boy that my other dog stole. All right, be right back.
Now that you have recognized an emergency and decided to take action, follow the emergency action steps. Check, call, care. Before rushing to help an injured or ill person, you need to check the scene, so stop and look around. By answering the following questions, you will gain the information you need to proceed. Is the scene safe to enter? Hazards such as fire, spilled chemicals, and traffic, to name a few, could endanger you or any bystanders. If the scene looks unsafe, stay clear and call 911 or the designated emergency number. What happened? Check for clues that might tell you the cause of the emergency. How many people are involved? In an emergency with more than one injured or ill person, you may need to prioritize care. What is going on with the person? Form an initial impression about the nature of the person's illness or injury. If you see severe life-threatening bleeding, take action to control the bleeding using any available resources. Is anyone else available to help? Bystanders may be able to provide valuable information about the situation or the person, along with getting needed items, controlling crowds, and reassuring the injured or ill person. Once you've checked the scene, you need to check the person. If you are not sure whether a person is unresponsive, shout using the person's name if you know it. If there is no response, tap the shoulder for an adult or child, or the bottom of the foot for an infant, and shout again while checking for normal breathing. Check for responsiveness and breathing for no more than 5 to 10 seconds. If there is no response and the person is not breathing or is only gasping, the person needs help right away. This brings us to the second emergency action step: call. Unresponsiveness, trouble breathing, and severe bleeding are all signs of a life-threatening emergency. If your initial check reveals these or any other life-threatening conditions, make sure that someone calls 911 or the designated emergency number right away. The final emergency action step is to give care according to the conditions that you find and your level of knowledge and training. Always remember, check, call, care, and you'll be ready to respond to any emergency.
All right, check, call, care. Okay, so check, call, care. Check the scene, call 911, care for the injured person until EMS arrives. All right, moving on. That's check, call, care. Okay, so checking a responsive adult. This is where they're going to talk about the sample. Okay, sample is an acronym. It's going to, it means the S is signs, symptoms. A is allergies, M medical condition. I can't remember the other ones. P is, I can't remember what P is. We'll find out here, but that was last time you ate, and then I forget E. So we'll look at this together and you'll know it's a little bit, you'll see both of these simply so you can hear this girl get permission from the parent, okay?
If your initial check of a person reveals that she is responsive and awake, get consent to provide care. If she does not have any life-threatening conditions, gather additional information by asking questions and performing a head-to-toe check. Begin by interviewing the person, or if necessary, any bystanders. Use the mnemonic sample as a tool to remember the interview questions.
So what's going on? Are you in pain?
My arm.
Signs and symptoms, first one.
I tripped and fell.
Okay. How are you feeling otherwise? Do you have pain anywhere else? Any shortness of breath, chest pain, or dizziness?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you a few more questions, and then we'll take a look at that arm. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you allergic to anything?
Penicillin?
Okay. And what happens when you take penicillin? Have you ever had a severe reaction to it?
No, just a mild rash.
Okay. Are you taking any medications currently?
Ah,
I'm on
medications
blood
was in.
pressure medication
And when did you take it last?
this morning.
So do you have any other medical conditions?
Pertinent medical
When was the
history.
last time you had anything to eat or drink?
This morning, a bowl of cereal for breakfast. It's a couple hours ago.
So tell me what happened right before you hurt your arm.
And then these events leading up to the incident.
I was going to lunch and I tripped over a crack in the sidewalk. I'm just so clumsy.
Oh, I've been the same myself. Don't worry about it. And did you hit your head when you fell?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Once you've asked the person these questions, look at and gently feel each part of the body from head to toe, checking for signs of injury or illness.
Okay, I'm going to check you now for any other injuries. Do you mind if I touch you?
I don't mind.
Okay, I'm going to start with your head first.
Okay, that was consent.
Let me take a look first. Okay. Does this hurt?
No.
And this?
Mm-mm.
Now take a deep breath for me. And breathe out. Does it hurt to take a breath?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Are you having any stomach pain?
No.
And are you having any hip pain at all?
None.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to take a look at your leg now, okay?
Okay.
Does this hurt?
No.
And this?
Ooh.
It looks like you have a bruise there. We'll take care of that too, okay?
Okay.
And can you wiggle your toes for me? Are you in pain?
No.
Good. Does that hurt?
No.
How about this?
Doesn't hurt.
And can you wiggle your toes for me over here? Any pain?
No pain.
Good. Let me feel your arm now, okay?
Okay.
Does this hurt?
No.
And this?
No.
Can you wiggle your fingers for me? Good. Okay, I'm gonna feel your injured arm now, but I won't touch the bruised area, okay? Okay. Does this hurt?
No, it doesn't.
Miss? And can you wiggle your fingers for me? Good. Are you having any back pain?
None.
Good. Let's take care of those bruises now, okay?
Once you've completed a physical check of the body, provide care for any conditions you find. If necessary, send someone to call 911.
Okay, now for this one, you heard her get consent, which was important. Now, the check revealed two things. One, you already knew her arm was hurt. She fell, she hurt her arm. Okay, now in some cases, if a person's injured, there's a chance that they could be injured somewhere else and not know. So when she was doing that check and she got down to the ankle and there was a bruise there, by pressing on it, the victim or the injured person reacted. Now they know that there's two injuries, not just one. Okay, that happens sometimes as well. Okay, and now the kid, let's get that going. It's basically the same thing except
If your
consent.
initial check of a child reveals that he is responsive and awake, get consent from a parent or legal guardian to provide care. If he does not have any life-threatening conditions, gather additional information by asking questions and performing a head-to-toe check. First, interview the child using age-appropriate language. It might also be necessary to ask questions of his parents, guardian, or any bystander. Use the mnemonic sample as a tool to remember the interview questions.
So what's your name?
Judah,
So Judah, tell me what's going on. Are you in pain?
my arm really hurts.
Ooh, your arm hurts? Does anything else hurt or feel strange?
No, just my arm.
Okay. I need to ask you a few more questions and then I'll help you with your arm, okay? Do you know if you're allergic to anything?
Somewhat.
He's allergic to amoxicillin.
Okay. Has he ever had a severe reaction to it?
No, just a mild rash.
Okay. And does he have any other allergies?
No, none.
Okay. Do you take any medications?
Vitamins.
No medications.
All right. So does he have any medical conditions?
None that I know of.
Okay. When was the last time you had something to eat or drink?
I had a bowl of cereal for breakfast this morning.
Okay. So tell me what was going on right before you hurt your arm.
I was running on the playground and then I tripped.
Ooh, ouch. Did you hit your head when you fell?
No, just my arm.
Okay.
Once you've asked the person these questions, look at and gently feel each part of the body from head to toe, checking for signs of injury or illness.
I'm going to check you now for any other injuries. Do you mind if I touch you? No. Is it okay if I take a look at him, Dad?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to start with your head first. Take a look. Okay. Does that hurt? No. What about this? Okay. Take a deep breath for me, okay? And breathe out. Does it hurt to take a breath? Okay, good. Does your belly hurt at all? Any hip pain? Okay, let me take a look at this leg. That hurt? What about this? Looks like you have a bruise on your shin. We'll take care of that too, okay? Can you wiggle your toes for me? Any pain or numbness or tingling? Good. I'm going to take a look at this leg now. Does this hurt? Does this hurt? All right. Now wiggle your toes for me over here. Any pain, numbness, or tingling? Good. I'm going to take a look at this arm now. Does that hurt? Any pain? Can you wiggle your fingers for me? Good job. Any pain? Okay. I'm going to take a look at your injured arm now, but I won't touch the bruised area, okay? Does this hurt?
No.
What about this?
No.
Can you wiggle your fingers for me? Any pain? Okay, good. I'm Are you having any back pain at all? All right, let's take care of those bruises now, okay?
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Once you've completed a physical check of the body, provide care for any conditions you find. If necessary, send someone to call 911.
All right. That one's done. Okay. So if you need to, because you don't have a note packet for this, you may want to write down things that you find important. Okay. I am going to I mentioned that in the introduction video if you watched it, but anything that you need to remember, like the sample, I'd write down on a piece of paper. Okay. Again, I got to get out of here because I do not like how this is set up. Oh. Voila, fixed. Moving on. Ooh, are we done? Okay, now that's going to lead us to our activity. Remember, in Schoology, there's going to be a folder where you got this. There should be a lesson 1 activity. Now, the lesson 1 activity is going to be simple. You are going to watch the video, okay? It's going to be this video. I have the link there, but I'm going to explain it here. It's going to be this video. You're going to see it again, okay? You're going to see it again. You're going to answer the following questions. I'll read them to you here, but they'll be on Schoology as well. Is the scene safe? Okay, if not, what are the potential hazards? I believe the scene is going to be safe in this video. So that one's an easy question. What do you think happened? How many people are involved? What is your initial impression about the nature of the person's illness or injury? The initial impression is what do you think happened? Okay, does the person appear to have any life-threatening conditions? Is anyone else available to help? Should EMS 911 be summoned? If so, why? Okay, those are the questions you're going to answer. Okay, so there's going to be a Google Doc with those questions listed and then the video link. Okay, I'll put the link on Schoology and I will put it on your doc. Hopefully you'll be able to get them, okay? So if you have questions about this, you can email me the questions about the activity. Any questions you have about first aid, CPR, you can hop on that Flipgrid that I created and ask, and Datus and I will get back to you ASAP. That way everybody can see the question if they need it, okay? All right, so till then, let's see. Anything else I need to tell you right off the rip? I don't think so, so we should be good. All righty, almost. There we go, stop.